Hey there, friends and followers. This week's video spells out the needed requirements to become licensed to sell real estate here in the state of Florida. If you've ever been curious, then hang out for the next couple of minutes to grab a bit or two of information. So yes, as always, welcome back. So I've gotten this question on multiple occasions and figured the best way to get the information out to those interested was to put it in a video. Per a study done by the National Association of Realtors just about a year ago, it was said that there was 195,647 active real estate agents here in the state of Florida, with that number expected to grow due to recent popularity of the profession. That number was a 6% increase from the previous year, and nationwide it was stated that there were more active realtors than at any other point in history last year. With no cap to your annual salary amount, the world of real estate can open up multiple different avenues in which to explore, which is why it attracts so many different individuals. In fact, there is much more available than just working with buyers and sellers upon obtaining your license. Things like exchanging referrals, performing BPOs, working as a transaction coordinator, and property management. Additionally, many people use it as a vehicle to jumpstart different investment opportunities, increase flow of income, and start working towards financial freedom, and at a much quicker pace than working a regular 9-to-5 job, I may add. So, how do you go about getting started? Well, there's a few prerequisites that are going to need to be met first. Okay, so to start, you're going to need to be at least 18 years of age. From there, you must have a United States Social Security number. And lastly, you must hold a high school graduation diploma or its equivalent. And yes, a GED is acceptable as well. Okay, so if all those are in order, well, what's next? From there, it's on to your pre-licensing education. Now, the state of Florida requires you to have 63 clocked hours of education. This can be facilitated in two different ways, either online through virtual learning or an in-person class. The course is going to cover everything that you're going to need to know to become a licensed sales associate and pass the state final exam. Topics to expect are things like the foundations of the real estate business, regulations and statutes, agency relationships, how to remain compliant with state and federal laws, property laws, and financing options and the details of mortgages. Prices for the course can fluctuate between $100 and $240 depending on where you purchase the course, any discounts that you may have, and of course what is or what isn't included in that package purchase. After getting through the required course material and passing the practice exam, you are then able to move on and pass the course final exam. Please note that upon this step, the minimum passing score is a 70%, and you may retest once within 1 year of original course examination. Beyond that, if you happen to fail the final course exam, you must repeat the licensing course prior to being eligible to taking that test again. Now, let's go ahead and assume that you've made it that far. From there, after you pass your exam, you'll need to submit fingerprint records to the DBPR, or otherwise known as the Department of Business and Professional Regulations. There's a few different ways that you can go about this, either electronically or in person. Cost for this can vary depending on who facilitates the process for you, but usually the cost is around $55. Once fingerprinted, you'll need to submit those at least 5 days prior to submitting your license application to the state. From there, you'll go ahead and complete your license application, and once your application is approved, you'll get a notice from the DBPR with an attached real estate application ID number. An application fee is around $89. Now, with having all that knocked out, it's on to take and pass the Florida State Licensing Exam, which is administered by Pearson VUE. Scheduling is handled online, and there are a handful of different testing locations for your convenience. Keep in mind that you must sit for the state licensing exam within 2 years of completing your pre-licensing. The test essentially has two different sections, covering both state and national requirements, and there is a portion dedicated to math questions. The exam is 100 questions, and you're given 3.5 hours to complete it. The exam fee is about $37 per attempt with unlimited attempts to pass. You must pass with a 75% correct, and first-time pass rate for the sales associate exam is usually between 50 and 55%. You are then given the test results immediately following the completion of the test. If in the event you do not pass, you can purchase a printout of your incorrect answers to review and reposition yourself for your next attempt. Now, leading up to taking the state final exam, you're definitely going to want to be proactive in the sense of studying and preparing for the test. In fact, there's actually some great resources made available on YouTube as far as preparation and readying yourself with the course material needed for taking the test. Also, rumor has it that scheduling and taking your state exam on a Tuesday gives you an advantage with a better passing rate percentage than any other day of the week. Well, there you have it. Those are the details regarding what it is going to take to get your real estate license here in the state of Florida. Now, if anybody out there watching the video is in fact thinking of becoming licensed, reach out to me directly as I can give you some further information and helpful tips that'll guide you along the way. As always, be sure to slide on over the page and give it a like and subscribe to stay up to date when great content like this is released regarding the OCALA, Marion County area and the residential real estate market there within. As always, thanks for tuning in and checking out the videos, and we'll catch you guys on the next.